Um, Imran, can you turn off the mic just because there's a banging and
Yes, yes.
just write down the questions or turn on the mic, ask the questions, then turn off. Okay? Okay, let's do it. Um, I wanted to show you guys about I don't know 4 or 5 trades and show how I've been looking at price and try to explain it. Uh, what I changed the way I look at price. Instead of looking for entries, I'm looking for exits. So I'm searching for where the price is going instead of when to enter. And then looking at where price is going, I'll wait for the best place to enter and then figure out where stop should be and what my risks should be. And I'm looking to buy on down candles and sell on up candles. Some of you already do that. Um, this was a setup I had last week. I published this with all the annotations. Price was at this point when I published it, and I have it here. It's this one. So I published this chart. I was expecting it to come up to these levels, retrace, and then go up. And it came up to these levels, retraced to the same area, and then went up. Um, so it came up, it retraced exactly to where I had the line, you see, and then went up. I did enter a trade here. I exit somewhere around here. I'm going to show you. Um, and then on Friday, no, Monday, I wasn't at the computer, was away on some meetings, but this would be the best place to enter, and then you see, boom. But I didn't take this trade because I wasn't here. Um, using the same thing, the same strategy that I'm going to try and explain, I published another one um, also with all the annotations. Uh, this got some feedback. People were saying it's going long, and well, it did come up a little bit, but it's retracing now. So it went up, came back. The retracement was much higher, but still retraced, and then I expect it to come back down. So my entry should have been around here. This was Asia session, so I didn't trade. I did put an order around here, and I think I got triggered at 8:40 a.m. my time. Um, Another one using the same thing was this. Um Again, it came a little lower than I expected. Then it went up. Um, Many people write on TeamViewer. These are 15 minutes charts, but on the 4 hours, it goes against you for 1 day or 2 days. It, because I publish a setup, it doesn't mean I'm getting in. It just means I'm searching on a lower time frame for an entry. Um, and sometimes I get that entry, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I get that entry when I'm not at the computer. So this was euro pound. This also retraced a little higher, but then went up. It's hitting the target now. Um, this also went a little higher, but again, the entry wasn't here. The entry would be on this retracement when it comes back to this line. Um, so because it went against me for one day, doesn't mean I was losing because I never entered that uh, it never gave me a chance to enter. Even on this little retracement, I wouldn't have gone in there. I would need a bigger retracement. And this is a 4-hour chart. It's from well, la last week or a couple weeks ago with a wolf wave target. Again, can back down. It's moving up nice. Um, and EuroCAD is also moving up nice. And these are not cherry picked. These are only my last ideas. So if you come to my ideas, you'll see that my last ideas are the Euro Pound I showed you, um, Pound Aussie I showed you, EuroCAD I showed you, um, the Beast I showed you, the Cable I showed you, the EuroCAD I showed you. Well, this I didn't show you, but it's or did I? Oh, this was one before, and this I showed you. Well, no need to keep on showing you, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those are my last 7 setups. So let's try and explain what's happening here. Just write down questions if you have, or if you have any questions at any time. Um, so on a higher time frame, I was expecting a retracement this area, uh, and I'll explain why. Maybe on a daily it's better. So I was expecting a retracement on this side. This brown area is an area of support, according to me, on a higher time frame in the daily, but I was looking for a retracement here. Somewhere around here. Um, so I went into a lower time frame and I waited for price action to show me what was happening behind closed doors. So I had a nice area here was my target. You had probably stops around here from people that went short there. It came down, they had the stops there, came back, they still had some might have been stopped out, others entered short. So I was looking for it to come and take this liquidity above. And the same on the lower, even on this small consolidation here, I was also looking for the stops to be taken out. So I was looking at this area here. Reduce this. I was looking here, and people that were short, they had their stops somewhere around here. The people that entered here, some had the stops around here. And also you probably had a lot of breakout traders that had their orders on the breakout and even short traders had their stops here. So I saw this consolidation. I saw this move. I'm going to put the sessions on just to give it a time scale, so you see what I was looking at. On that one, time zones. Okay, so Asia time begins here. So by London, you see here 7 o'clock, 7:30. I'm expecting a counter move trade to get all the stops. So that's what happened. They came out, they took the stops that were here, and also they tricked breakout traders to enter short. Then price goes up, takes the stops from people that were short all this way. As you see here, they take the stops out and they trick breakout traders to go in. And then price comes back down. So people that were short here, they got stopped out, and breakout traders got stopped out on the move up. The same here. The guys that were right going long on the breakout, they got stopped out, and the guys that were short were happy for a little while here. The guys that entered short this stop. So having this move that tricked down, tricked it up, then retraced, and how much did it retrace? Just retrace to the area that, the other way around. It retraced to the area where I wanted to take a trade. So it retraced here. I entered somewhere around this black candle, and then it moved up. Then was the weekend, went a little sideways at the end of Friday. This was Sunday, Monday, then Monday again. You see 7 o'clock. So at Monday, it did exactly the same thing. That's what I want to show you. At the same time, 7:15 here. It was 7:30 here. 8 o'clock is 7:15. Yeah, 7:15, 8 o'clock. During the same hour, they did this counter move, went up, and here it happened again. Well, you had Asia. If you were looking to go long, you could have entered here. You put the Fibo here. My mouse is not cooperating. You could put the Fibonacci here, and then you go. London session hitting the 61.8, great move up, and it hit our target. Our target was, as I showed you before, to catch all this liquidity and get up to these stops, because we never know if it hits this area and comes down again. So I got out there, and still I have no trades, no setups here on this pair. I wanted to show you on on TradingView. This was the entry. Actually, I didn't get in on that last candle. I told you I got in on the previous one, and I'll show you why. I thought it was the other one, but I'll show you why. Because it did come a little down, a little below my area. So my area was around here. I got my order around there, just because of spread, so that if it hit the 61.8, I would get in. So, and I got, let's see, 10 pips of drawdown for 1 hour, and then it moved up. And here was, here you could have the other entry, moving the Fibonacci to the high, adjusting the lower to the last low. Here you could have another entry. And now that let's dissect this. I'm going to try and help you see how to know when these movements are going to happen. I'm going to put some indicators on. These are not indicators in the sense that they are making calculations and helping you. These are only to help you time-wise. So if we put here sessions to see when the sessions happen, and I'm going to load my sessions. What is it? I think it's this one. Yeah. I have
incoming mail.
I'm missing London. Why am I missing London? London true. Sydney. Okay, I'm missing. Let's put true Tokyo and change the color to black. Could still put okay, so I have my black line. You really cannot see the difference, but let's put London red. Or orange. Okay, so we have Asia. We have London open and New York open. Here actually it was New York open. It retraced on a New York open. So let's try and understand. During London and New York, price did the retracement you expect, and then it comes up. New York, London session came up. Then New York opens and it does a retracement. And this is where, if you're not comfortable getting in at London, because the move, as you see the candles, the movement is usually quite significant. New York is a good area to go in. And we'll see on other pairs. Uh, the same thing happened here. Uh, London did the same thing. You see, move down, then move up. Here, London did the same thing, move down, then move up. Then you can wait. Oh, my mouse is not cooperating. Move up, and you can wait for a retracement at New York. This one was a shallow one, probably wouldn't have gone in, but many times it's when London shows you a move, it will retrace down. Let's see some other pairs. I think this one. Let's just save this setting so you can we can put the same template. Okay, let's see this other trade I took some days before. Put the market sessions indicator, load just to keep the same colors. Didn't load, or it did? Yeah, it did. There you go. Here I entered during London. You see the line. I waited for it to come back, but then again I could have gone in after London. So London after at New York session. So London shows you the cards. It tells you I'm going up, and you can retrace it and then enter around these spots between the 61.8 and 78.6. And if you did this, this is the 15 minutes, and you want, let's say you got in somewhere around here, you get 11 pips drawdown. What I usually do is, as price is moving, I'll put in my order above. I'll put in my order somewhere around there. If price continues going down, I'll adjust my order, and then it triggers me in. That's what happened here on this trade. See, I let it go down. I had my order above, so when it came up, it filled me in. Let's try and simulate it. So I was looking for a retracement. Low. I was looking for a oops. Oh, the mouse is not. So I was looking for a retracement. I put my order somewhere around there, the 61.8, to fill me in when it came up. So this trade literally no drawdown. Took me up, maybe a little drawdown here. I mean, on this candle because of spread, but I mean, have been 1 or 2 pips. Spread on the fiber is not that much. Let's see another one. 2 trades on this one. Let's put the indicators as well. And I still want to show you another thing. Oh, was this market sessions? So here I went in during London, the move down. Here I did have some drawdown. But as you see again, the same thing happened. I waited for it to come up. I still lack the courage to go in when it hits the level, but um, I'm gonna start doing it soon. So it comes down to my reversal zone. All right, and I put an order above, and it moves up, and I exit there. Why do I exit there? We got to talk about the exits because that's how I started this presentation. So let's just see the other ones, and we'll talk about the exits. So I didn't put my trade here. Let's forget. Or did I? Did I see it here? Yeah, I saw it here. So same thing. Let's put the sessions. Let's load it up. I didn't leave this thing on just so you could see. I did have an order here. I think on my last webinar I spoke about this trade. I did have an order here because this was news, UK news, and I did have an order around here. This I entered at London again using the same thing, the same strategy that I'm speaking about. Where is it? I can't find it on the 15. But I didn't enter there, London, on the retracement, and you see it was on the up candle, also something I started speaking about in the beginning. Here's the other one. I did enter there. Then I wanted to put another order. I had an order, but the price just came up so quickly it didn't trigger me in. So I still got my London entry. I didn't get my New York entry. And well, I think that's it. I wanted to show you something else. It's to see how many times it comes up to the, let's change these colors as well. I want to, yeah, probably, because some screens will probably not show this aqua color. It's probably best in black backgrounds. This is also a good thing to be looking at. The test of the previous day's high or low, and this was what happened here. It broke down and retest the low from the day before, and if you do a confluence, You had the low and you had the Fibonacci around the same level, so that was a comfortable trade to take, and that's why I was adding to this one before this one was on break even, um, because it was a nice breakdown from the previous day high, the previous day low, and then a retest. Let's check the same thing on EuroCAD. If none of these indicators is needed, because time is there and yesterday's high and low is there, so it's only a helper if you don't want to put lines and keep looking at the time on the down here on the scale. um, Many times it will retest the the previous day like this. It came out on this one, came up to the, we were in a range, but it came up to the previous day's high, then it retraced, it came down to the previous day's low, then it went up, and here it's helping me with the decision. It came down to the previous day's low, took out the stops, then moved up, and I entered on a retracement. And here it's not giving you a chance. Even though we know where price is going, it's going up, we didn't have a chance, according to my strategy. There was no chance to go in. So again, here we knew it was going to take out this liquidity, and we waited for the best place to enter. The best place to enter was here after the retest of the previous stage low. We waited for a retracement, and then we went up. And again, this yesterday would be a nice trade to take in, but I wasn't at the computer then. So now I'm looking for new trades. Let's see, any questions, guys? Hi, Chris. Didn't know you were there. Okay, no. Oh, okay, Pietro, you had a question. I think I put the indicator. Yeah, you were asking for. Yeah, I put it. Hi, Chris. Any more questions? Yeah, it's yeah, Pietro. It's something interesting, and that's why I started writing down all of this, uh, because it's hard to put these in order. So we see here this breakdown, this break below was the test of the previous day's high, low. Well, not the previous day's low. Yeah, it was, because this was the previous day's low here. So London testing the previous day's low, then boom. with some courage or some more confidence, I would have gone in there. But some of you guys know me, at least one knows me very well, and you know how I tried for a long time to pick bottoms and tops. Here I didn't pick the bottom. I entered there, and I entered, I don't know, 10 pips from the 20 pips from the bottom with a more secure setup. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Pietro is asking, telling me, uh, it's not a question. He's saying that the retracements to the 38.2, they don't produce a very big move, and they don't. And let's understand why. If you have a movement up, let's put another level. If you have a movement up, equilibrium is here. Equilibrium is here. So in this wave, here price, if it's going up, prices or the security you want is too expensive, and here is cheap. So where should we buy? We should buy when it's cheaper. So we should buy around here. If it comes down to here, it really wasn't a cheap price. So it's better to wait for a cheaper price to come somewhere around here. That will give you a better risk reward and probably a better trade than this. This is probably what can happen. Anything else? I think well, with this one and the previous video, it actually was cut short. The other one talks about New York entries. So, Imran, you want to ask a question?
No, Diego, it's okay.
Okay, thank you. So, anything else?
Nice explanation. Nice strategy with nice explanation. Thank you.
You're welcome. See how it did come just down to the area? And again, this was at London, and if you had put a swing here, you'd be entering on confluence of this high with the Fibonacci level. Okay, so I hope this helped. I'm gonna put this on YouTube for the other guys that couldn't come. Okay, let's just check out this. I wanted to see this. Um, I'll update. Uh, on this chart, that I published, I did publish this chart before without the annotations, but this friend that has been interacting with me on this pair and some others has been a nice guy. He showed me somewhere, I think it was this, said, you see the bullish candle happening right now. Uh, Now I'll send him a message to check out the video because it's interesting to. That's why I ask people to share their charts here to so that I can see what they're seeing and the other way around. So here he was asking, do you still think it's going down? I said, sure, it did do this little move up, but it came down to my area and it's retracing. And here he asked if I was seeing the bullish candle, if I was seeing this move up, and I was, but I still thought it was going down. Uh, and here on, well, I didn't enter this one. I did enter. Where did I enter? I thought I had put an order there. But again, using the same thing, that move down, that retracement, and at London Open, it's retesting the previous day's high. See here, yesterday's high, it's retesting, and it came to my reversal area. Um, so I was looking and seeing these candles, but well, I still thought it was going down. And then again, they wanted to catch all the because if you enter short here, you're waiting for a retracement to put the stops in. Some guys had put the stops here. This was uh, Friday, Monday. What's the stops here? Push up, but then other traders put the stops here when it came down here. They brought them down, so it took out all the stops. Then it moved down. Um, well, that's it. I hope it helps. Just keep the questions coming. Imran, I hope it helped you look at price and well, look behind price. Try and understand what's happening and where price is going, and then. So now I would look for price to come here and test yesterday's low, or even come somewhere around here and exit there. Okay, so if I was to exit there, my entry would be here.